Welcome back to The Architect. My name is Edward Mugo and you're watching The Architect. This show, as you know, is informative, and today we want to tell you a little bit more about who the services engineers are. Now, the services engineer is a professional who is very key in the building field. These are the people who make us enjoy our buildings. We have seen how the architect creates them. We've seen how the structural engineer makes sure that our creation is structurally sound and actually stands properly. We've seen how the quantity surveyor comes in and quantifies what it is that we have designed, both ourselves and the engineers. Now, the services engineer creates systems that make us enjoy that space. Which systems are these? We have mechanical systems, and mechanical systems, we mean things like plumbing systems, making sure your toilets are working properly, making sure your sinks have got enough water. If you've been to a house where you find the pipes are making noise, or there's an airlock, what we call airlock, and water is unable to come out of the tap, that means that that design of the plumbing work was done poorly. And those are the small things that make even a very expensive development become very unfriendly to the user. Now, their work is to make sure that those mechanical systems are all in place. We also have, in larger buildings, we have mechanical systems like the hoist or the gantries. We have systems like the lifts, the car lifts. So those are part of what they do, in conjunction, of course, with the electrical engineering services. Now, electrical engineer now again make sure that the kind of lighting that is in a room is sufficient for reading, is sufficient for relaxing, is sufficient for any kind of duty or any kind of work that you want to perform within the designated levels of that room. Now, they are key. Even if you're doing a residential home, for example, you may want to get something they call a dimmer light. Dimmer light gives you a quantity of light which is controllable. You can increase the lighting, you can reduce the lighting. You may want to have your security system, which nowadays, as you know very well, our things are digital. So therefore, you may want to have your electrical system, your security system, become controlled from a point in the house or a point in your building. And these engineers are the ones who go ahead and design you access the levels, how you access your door levels, how you access your windows, how you access the rooms that you want people to access, and have different levels of ingress for every room that you have. They have got many variants within themselves. We have those who are concerned with CCTV. There are those who are concerned with systems to do with computers and data. All these are forms of services, and these services is what makes us enjoy our space. If you are doing an office block, you need to know who is accessing your building. There are systems nowadays, like building management, the systems, which read off one platform. Who sets that up for you? That will be a person, a professional, who is well versed in the services for that building. Now, for me, it's been a trend in Kenya, and probably nearly very many places in the world, where we perceive a building as only being the plan. And once you get the plan, you get a fundi and you go on site. Now, you may get a very wonderful building. I'll give this example where I went to a town in Kenya. You'll allow me not to name the town and the hotel, but this hotel was very well done. This hotel was actually probably a full 3-star hotel. The lounge was excellent. The rooms were very nice. But when I went to take a shower, and most of us, because we were a group of about 20 of us, when we went to take a shower, you opened the tap of cold water and we were scalded with hot water. In fact, we all ended up moving to the older wing of the hotel because at one point the water dried up completely. That shows you a point in where the owner had the means to think of a brilliant idea, put up a hotel that in their opinion was going to make a lot of money. And it's true, there were a lot of the customers there. But the experience I got from that one visit and those of my friends would certainly not make me recommend that hotel to anybody else. We had to move rooms in the middle of our stay because at one point the water was too hot. We couldn't shower. We couldn't even brush our teeth. Now, these are the small things that affect you. A services engineer, when you factor in the cost of an engineer of this caliber versus what you lose long term in terms of not using them, you find they actually come very, very, very cheaply. I would encourage, even for you in your own home, as you're developing your home or developing an office block or an apartment block, do not assume that services engineer are an extra. You'll see the picture that you're going to see now is a picture where somebody has invested a lot of money in the development of a building. But guess what? All his toilet piping, his plumbing is on the outside of the wall. It makes it look very, very ugly. It's a building that even you wouldn't want to stay in. And probably it affects his rentals. Because then, if he's next to a home, a flat that has been designed well, then obviously his rentals are lower because of the aesthetic value of the piping that we are seeing. And it's not looking good. You will see also a photograph of a fire caused by an electrical fault. This electrical, in fact, on a serious note, if you are to get no other engineer, make sure your electrical engineer, you get him. It is actually a very, very important process to get an engineer. This guy will come in, or this professional will come in, identify the right materials. There's a lot of fake contraband wiring in the market. And that wiring, depending on how you're using your home, can melt and cause an electrical fire. If you're using wires from just any other fundi, you don't have anybody to tell you whether this wire is bad or good. Discuss with an electrical services professional. He will guide you on what systems and what material you need to use where and when. These electrical fires are things that happen when you're sleeping. They happen when you're at work. It will happen anytime without warning. And these are generally very hard to put out. So it is my belief that now we know what a building requires in terms of services and the engineers that are involved in the processing. And it goes right from a home to an apartment building to a corporate building. Simply because in a corporate building, the demand is even higher. You have systems to do with standby generators, lifts, cleaning, the window cleaning systems. All those require a very high level of service, the engineering. And the professionals are there, they are well read, and they are people we use. It will be my pleasure to assist in case you need the contacts of these individuals or to be taken through the process. I'll be happy to assist. Do not forget, write us an email, touch us on Facebook. Our contacts are here below. You're watching The Architect by Edward Mugo. Write those questions. We enjoy your questions, and we're going to answer some questions in the next show. Thank you, and God bless.